Tom, you're in charge of this, you're in charge of that, or whatever, you know. And he was. And still was, I guess, when he retired, you know. But he had a temper, too.
Is that right?
Yeah, at times. But he and I always got along fine. And his mother also. No problem. Other than we'd have serious talk once in a while. But, no cussing or anything in the house. I never allowed it. And my dad never allowed it. Boy.
Did you ever speak French with any of the kids?
Pardon me?
Your children, did you speak French at all at home?
No, no.
So
in fact, my younger brother and sisters didn't know French.
Oh, is that right?
Then.
So by then, I see.
Yeah. It got as far as maybe Ed. I don't know that Leo ever spoke much French.
Well, did the Labonte family speak French?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Oh,
About the same as the Bedard family?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yes. More so than now. Grandpa Labonte and Grandma Labonte, she was a very brogue English. Mom's mother.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he spoke pretty good English. But he was a lumberman like Dad.
You know? Was that his primary occupation his whole adult life, your dad's?
Well,
doing timber?
back at a young age, he went to lumber camps and did scaling and so on.
So he traveled about just wherever the timber companies were cutting? And
Well, a lot of them, well, a couple times, Mom and I, they'd butcher beef, and there wasn't a place to keep it at the logging camp and that. So we'd load maybe a half a beef on what we called it was a sled with straight runners. It wasn't a bobsled. It was just, and we'd hook the old horse to it and take that, especially Black River, where some of the camps were, and down there where the big hills are, over in those areas. And there was camps all through that area, and a lot of timber taken down.
so, did he work for a company, or was he just...
Well, you'd work eventually for a company, but a lot of times it could be just a small, it wasn't like it was in 1900, where they had the big outfits come from Detroit or whatever and take over a big mill, because they'd load the ferries and that right there at Black River. And then they'd also tie logs like great big rafts and throw them into Alpena. You know.
So did he work in the mills also, or was he always out cutting?
Pretty much out. He wasn't a millman necessarily.
Well, did he retire is still out there cutting timber, or? I don't know.
No, he retired on the farm.
Oh, okay. So how old was he, do you know, when he stopped cutting?
Oh, he was still driving the car in his 90s.
Wow.
And the tractors and so on. He'd go over and help Jim on the farm, late in life, you know.
But he started, so you said he started the milk route.
Pardon me?
He started a milk route?
Oh, yeah, but that was earlier, much earlier.
Oh, I see. And he was still doing timber at the same time then as that, or?
No. Actually, we do that sometimes on weekends. Not on Sundays, but on... see, I wasn't in school by then, so I could help him at any time after we lost the milk route. But that was only for firewood for the house and to keep the place warm.
Well, during the winter they couldn't do the timber. They couldn't go out and cut timber, so...
Well, you do some of that also. It's according, if you had like some big maple trees you could make into logs, you'd make it into logs, and then you'd cut the limbs and that for firewood.
I see.
And
would you remember when you got electricity?
pardon me?
Do you remember when you got electricity at the farm? When you started out, when you were younger, I assume there was no electricity on the farm.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that time?
Oh, sure.
Okay. Do you remember when it came in?
Well, it didn't come in till I come to Flint.
Oh, okay. So
It's
you
37.
never had it on the farm. You never had electricity.
No, not while I was a kid, no. No.
So what was that like, coming to Flint and having electricity?
Well, we had electricity like at business places.
Right.
And in Alpena.
Okay.
But very few people had electricity, you know. Now, I worked for a farmer that had I think what they call that. He made his own. I want to say carbuncle. Anyway, it was something that he was able to carbine.
Oh, okay.
Carbine. Things I can't say. Anyway, he was one of the stopping places that we would get milk at, you know. And they had no children, so he hired all his help. And I know the first decent baseball club I got, I worked 2 weeks for him and got $2 a week. And I bought my first decent baseball glove from a fella. It wasn't new. Well, it was like new because the guy didn't use it much. But prior to that, I just had a little bit of a thing, you know.
So that was your passion?
Yeah. See, I started baseball when I was 13.
And you played for DuPont team, right? DuPont had a team? DuPont had a team?
Oh, we had 5. That was mostly slow pitch and fast pitch softball. No, I played for AC baseball.
Okay.
But I run the system for DuPont for like 20 years, along with help from others. But we had 5 departments. Each had a ball team, and I was in charge of all of that. And of course, a couple of years we went into the City League also. Out of the 5 departments, we picked out the better players, and we play in the City League. We beat some pretty good teams, because my main pitcher was like 6'6", long arms, and he could wheel that thing in there. And I tried catching him, but I even had taped my wrists and so on. It was too much for me.
Wow.
And so his brother was a great big man, like 300 pounds. And I got DuPont to hire him so he could catch his brother in the softball team. And he did. In fact, they lived they used to have a gas station on the corner, Nemeshine. But I had some good ball players that I'd caught in high school and so on. See, when I finished school, when I finished the 8th grade, I was all through. There was no way I could go to high school because I'd have to live in Alpena.
Right.
And so I just helped on the farm. But I enjoyed it. And I think I learned probably as much. See, the first time, there were 3 of us kids, 13 years old, that played with the First World War veterans on that team. And they got us 3 kids to chase their fly balls and so on.
Oh.
I got bottom of that, Daddy.
Wow. Can you show great-grandpa your doll again? Go over and show him, because he really liked it. Go over there by him. Go over there by him, more.
No.
Why not, Claire? Show him this. Show him this. He hasn't seen this. Tell him what that is. Go over there and tell him.
Yeah. Oh, that's your Crayola?
Yeah.
Oh, boy, that's nice. You're going to have to draw these things, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Crayola.
And I even got
Mesh-
I
mesh
even
free.
got bubble, Daddy. And
Bubbles?
yeah, 3.
3?
Yeah, and there's one more thing.
What's that?
My new toothbrush.
You've got a new toothbrush.
What he did me. A purple one.
She's spoiling you. She said she wants to have a grandchild. So what do you call her?
Grandma.
No. What did you call her?
Grammy.
Grammy Karen? That's a nice one. Well, thank you so much.
I want to draw.
You're okay. You do that.
You're welcome. I didn't realize it talking that long.
Well,
My
it's
throat's getting dry.
okay. Yeah. Do you want some more to drink? Or are you okay?
No, it don't help that much.
Okay.
Liquid.
Okay.
I'll get a Halls or something.
Oh, you're getting a little hoarse, Papa?
Yeah, we talked for a long time there.
I keep forgetting I was on there.
That's good. That's real good.
Say hi.
Hi, camera.
Hey, look.
That's to hold all your stuff in, isn't it?
Who's that? Who's that?
Oh, yeah.
Who's that?
Bam Bam. Yeah. See, you put this stuff in here after you're done using them.
Got one more.
One more.
Yellow.
Oh, my doggy stinks.
What are you guys doing there? What is that, Claire?
It's a tunneling.
It says mess-free, Papa.
Mess free. Okay, well, it's your house.
You go
That's
this
why it
way.
says mess-free.
I would choose blue.
Let me tell you what this does.
What?
See, it says, how do I use Color Wonder? It's these markers. Okay.
That won't show on there.